Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's been so long, and I have missed you. I hope you've missed me. If you've missed Lars as well, you're going to have to go on and keep missing him for another week. Lars is sick, so if you want to if you subscribe to some sort of religion, perhaps say some kind of a prayer for Lars. He could use your help right now. We're trying to save Lars, and we're actually starting the Save Lars campaign. And so every day for the next 6 years, Ian is going to be walking the entire planet. He's going to be walking the entire planet's circumference in a Save Lars Walk the Entire Planet's Circumference challenge.
I need you to raise...
And the water, too.
I need you to raise money for better shoes for that, please.
Ian, let's not make it about your shoes. It's about Lars.
But
it's about Lars.
Yeah.
I'm just trying
and
to...
if you'd like
I know. All our shoes are busted up, and I know we're all busted, and but it's about Lars and saving Lars right now. And so if you want to join Ian on the Save Lars World Circumference Walk 2026,
if any of you have like shirts like size 12 and a half, just
please go on and join Ian. He could use your help, and don't worry about the shoes. He's not really serious.
And if you'd like to send me money, you can.
If you want to send Asperger money, also
Ian
you
will
can
not
do
get
that,
that
but
money.
I won't get that money. I will go without
make use
good
of
shoes.
make good use of your things.
I'm gonna get bunions and blisters on my around the world walk.
You might get blunders and Bunstons. And so everybody, thank you so much for joining today. Grace, we're clearly.
So I was laughing at the picture that we used.
Oh, okay, that's pretty funny. All right,
Me
that's a pretty funny thumbnail. I didn't know Eli did that. He's always got a trick up his sleeve, that guy. Folks, it's so wonderful to have you here. To you, there are people in the TikTok. Get over to YouTube. Sorry, I didn't want you to see me that way. Speaking to them like that, I would never talk to you guys like that. But today we've gathered here to speak about Family Relapse, that wonderful TV show that you love and we made. And today we're going to be perhaps answering some questions, but definitely watching some fun clips. We've got some. I believe we have what is called a blooper reel at our disposal. We have sort of a gag, sort of a blooper reel at our disposal today. And so we'll be watching this. We'll be discussing this. Perhaps we'll have something funny or perhaps something interesting to say.
Those are
another maker of Family Relapse has just walked in, I believe, unless he's not ready to come out yet.
No, we have a one of a kind special guest, never before making his stream debut, Carlos.
Get out here, Carlos!
Around the world in 6 years.
Okay, well, I think Ian has started his round the world.
Ian is off.
So, if you guys don't know already, Carlos is both a writer and a cameraman for Vacation Television. I'm sure he's done all kinds of other cool stuff, but those are the main two. He's been a really wonderful help with all of the projects that we've done so far and are going to do in the future. So keep your eye out for that, Carlos. You may need him soon. He also, if you're a fan of World War III, if you look extremely closely at most shots, you can find tiny... shot now. We fixed it. Okay, so if you look extremely closely at every shot, you can find Carlos there, but he's extremely small. We decided that we could take regular Carlos and make him little Carlos and make him the fifth soldier. And so if you find him in there, there's a prize. And you'll find out what the prize is when you find him. So it's 800,000
in tiny Carlos bucks.
Yeah, 800,000 tiny Carlos money.
Dull
hair
hairs.
prize. So I guess Ian is on his world circumference walk for Lars. So we'll see him in 2032, I believe. But without further ado, if the booth is ready, I think we can get started here.
Actually, I think we're going to start with a few of the questions.
Love it.
Cool.
And then we're going to move on to the gag reel. Sorry to spoil the fun.
It's kind of a blooper reel, though.
Well, you know what? Actually, now that you're saying it, maybe it is more of a blooper reel.
Okay, cool. All right.
So,
thank you.
I've never heard that word before.
No, I just thought, if we're,
I'm learning a lot
that was a
today.
really cool word.
be careful with our words.
Did you come up with that word? I like it.
I thought it was a good one. I thought it's like what a whale makes.
Yeah, his whales are like.
Why did you come up with that? Blooper.
Should I be looking at this camera or should I?
They're both kind of like large because there's a lot of people in the shop. So
I like
you can
that.
really look at either.
All right, I'll look at either.
So let me, if you want to maybe riff for a second, I'm going to pull up the list.
I don't freaking riff. I'll do these awesome impressions I've been working on. Okay, this is Doctor Strange.
Freaker loves riffing.
Bruh.
Oh, that's good.
You like this, Carlos?
Yeah,
He's right behind me, isn't he?
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Hey, wait. Can I? Oh, wait. I showed this to Grace earlier. Can I
That's
show you guys
dangerous.
my jellyfish impression?
Yeah,
Don't
let's
do
see
it.
it.
Okay, wait. Watch this. He's right behind me, isn't he?
Alright, that's pretty good. That's what he says in the movie.
Stupid.
You know?
Jellyfish.
And-
Also, Plumsicle
yeah.
commented, OMG of Bloober Reel, talk about some family relapse.
Oh!
Winner
Give it up
with
for
your chicken
Paul.
dinner.
Oh my god.
I like that a lot.
Man. That's pretty good. I like that a lot. Oh man. Alright, maybe I can do like
Do Little Orphan Annie.
I'll do Little Orphan Annie. I'm Little Orphan Annie. I'm Little Orphan Annie. I don't have nothing to eat. I don't have no appearance.
Wait, what's her big line?
Yeah, say your big line.
I'm Little Orphan Annie. Hello, Mr. Bald Man.
That's not
Would you like to take me home and we can be best buddies and maybe we can be friends too? Is that her line?
Nope.
What did she say?
She says, he's...
Is Little Orphan Annie in the other room?
I think Little Orphan Annie's in the other room. Oh, wait, Grace, what does he say?
She says, he's right behind me, isn't he?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
She's like, he's right behind me, isn't he? There you go. There's the sort
There
of.
it is.
There's the sort of Little Orphan Annie. And like I took the line right, and I put sort of a Little Orphan Annie kind of twist on it. And I thought maybe that would be helpful. Gosh, oh golly. Wow. Okay, Grace is showing her awesome phone screen. You know, because what's with our generation just buried in? Oh my God.
He got back.
Oh my God. Ian just went around the entire world for 6
He
years.
went around the entire world 52 straight.
Give it up for Ian. Wow.
Ian is back.
Ian, is ours any better?
Ian is
Alright,
back. I'm going around the world now.
Alright, now
Oh,
Carlos.
Carlos.
All right,
turn,
Carlos
it's my
is beginning his 6-year-long
His 6-year
round-the-world
We could also
swap
get
to
another
save
chair.
Lars.
Like, I think we could just
So,
get another chair.
that's
maybe
pretty
you could
awesome.
leave.
I'm a big
I'm
fan
not
of that.
leaving.
I like that. A good deal, you know. Ian, how'd it go out there?
What'd you learn?
It's not the same out there.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Uh,
As like,
I got my desert gear on to.
Yeah, where were you at?
Yeah.
The Sahara?
I got like halfway through the Sahara.
Whoa!
And then like I kind of got lost on my way out.
Yeah,
I think I went back the other way.
yeah.
Lars isn't any better. Nobody raised any money.
Oh.
And I'm really upset about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you recording any of it?
Yeah. We could pull that up, right?
Can we pull that? Do we have the clip
Yeah, the
of Ian in the Sahara?
Oh shit! So, the real weird thing about cameras is
Oh.
there's this thing called lens cap.
no.
Oh, no.
They go on the front of the lens cap.
Ian!
And
Ian, why did you
I
take
thought
the
I
lens
Ian.
cap
instructed
off?
Ian to
Fuck,
take it
dude.
off,
Who
but
would
I
make
guess,
something like that? What
I
kind
guess
of cruel
he just,
joke?
I thought
You gotta take the lens cap off.
Well,
What?
and we were
you kept putting it off when you weren't filming, and then putting it back on when you
he
were.
wasted $700,000 worth of film.
Oh.
Well,
Ian.
Ian, that's okay. That's probably why nobody raised any money for Lars, and why Lars is no better right now.
And Lars is
Gosh.
still sick with chud plague.
Yeah, that sucks.
Not the
man.
chud plague.
Yeah, it's all right.
The chud
The
flu.
cure is beer and video games.
Yeah.
Oh, that
that's,
also that happens if you're too much of a girl's girl. You can also take that as prescribed,
Yeah.
and then you're like one of the guys.
Are you sure?
Kind of like right now, I'm kind of a guy's girl. I just get along better with men. Women are too much drama. Am I right, ladies? Ladies?
All right.
That actually made me feel sick.
Yeah, no, it's
Like-
okay. It's good though.
Oh, but it was awesome, though.
People
No!
like that.
Okay, so-
Yeah, Max Berger loved it. It really spoke to
Yeah,
his
that was all.
demographic.
Yo, that was awesome.
Stop!
He said,
That
I
was
agree.
dope. Yeah, Max Berger agrees. In
Especially a
seconds,
guy's
sir.
girl.
Wow, look at Grace go.
All right,
Wow.
guys.
Anybody pizza fan?
Oh, how we doing?
We're doing good. We have the questions. We're ready to go. So yeah,
Fantastic.
I'll have chat open after this, and we can. And so feel free if you have any additional questions after these ones. These ones were asked by our lovely members who are in our Discord.
Awesome.
If you didn't know, if you join our members group, there's some we're like doing some incentives. We'll talk a little bit more by the end of the stream.
So
But
maybe you want to
also-
become a member.
But also we have a cool Discord, and if you're a member in our Discord, you're also really cool. So let me read through some of these. So actually, I guess first, maybe let's go around do a reintroduction of
Sure.
what they did in Family Relapse.
Mhm.
Just your name and whatnot. So we'll start with the Maximus Burger over here.
Well, don't spoil my name.
Yeah, I was
God
supposed to give
damn
right.
it.
Shit. Dork on the right.
Oh!
That's why I love this guy. He's such a kidder.
This guy's a kidder!
It's
Oh my
guys
God,
and
he's
guys and
kidding!
dudes.
Wow!
Yes, hello. My name is Maximus Berger. I played Dick Roosevelt, Richard Roosevelt, Dickolas Roosevelt, son Dickolas Roosevelt, the oldest of the Roosevelt children. And yes, hello.
I am Grace Volpe, and I played Jordan Roosevelt in Family Relapse, aka the cutest Roosevelt.
You.
Okay, so
Just like her character.
clip that.
Oh yeah, everyone's flipping.
Clip that.
Chat,
Clip
clip
that.
it.
Hey, chat, clip that.
100,000.
Yeah, can we get a hype train started?
Screen for the kids. Roosevelt.
Alright.
Okay,
That's really good.
I'm gonna
Alright. You're gonna pass that over.
get the torch.
You got popcorn.
Yep.
The...
Derp off.
Alright. I'm George, George Tracy, and I, with the help of our wonderful writer's room of Michaela Kando and Lars Fry, wrote Family Relapse. And I also directed a couple episodes, and I appear in some of them. I'm the cop and the camera operator,
And who
then-
knows what else?
Who knows what else?
I remember you begging to play the cop character.
I begged to play the cop
We
on my
wanted
hands
it
and
so
knees,
badly.
and
He
like
loves
the tears
cops.
were all down my face because I love cops and stuff.
Clip that.
And I figured,
Clip that.
Clip
you
that.
know,
Clip that one.
into the
yeah,
phone.
Ethan. Before I keep digging into this hole, why don't you take over?
Well, I'm Ethan White. I was a camera operator for most of the show, and I directed episode 5.
Some are saying the best episode.
Some are saying the best episode.
Some are saying
Some are saying the
Some
best
have said.
episode.
it does have the Joe Bros. You know?
It does
It
have
does
the
have
best.
it does have the
yes.
Ron
Some of
Howard
my
performance in
favorite
it,
people.
which is a
Does
little
have the
unfair.
Joe Bros.
Yeah.
That's true.
Ronald
Yeah.
Jonas, by the way.
Ian, you're very much in Bradley fashion today. Well, why don't you?
You just spoiled another.
Yeah, I think
Sound
there's really
wrong,
nothing else to say there. You kind of said everything that needs to be said.
Well, that's my fault then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
What's your last name?
Oh.
I don't need to know that. Roosevelt.
Nice.
All right, that's fine. Networking and whatnot.
Wait, like your favorite color?
Green. I like green. I like a nice pine green.
I like that.
Yeah.
And Carlos.
Oh, Carlos. Carlos Mendoza, cam operator. Purple, favorite color.
Beautiful. Okay. So we know some of the favorite colors. You may find out more as we go along. But we're gonna sort of de-platform the favorite color question, and we're now going to re-platform the question, which is
We're
which you
re-platforming
like.
questions.
So re-platforming and de-platforming.
For 3 actors, I saw there's a question here for was it difficult to get into character, and what is the biggest difference between you and the character you play?
How about that?
Where do we want to start?
Who's feeling bold?
Ian, why don't you start?
Your older brother fashion.
So, was it difficult to get into character?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's you learn when you sit with a character for long enough, when you've been in a different person's head for as many months as we were as these characters, you learn a few tricks to get into it pretty quickly. You have certain phrases, or you have maybe I like to listen to certain songs that make me think of Bradley and where he is in the scene, or that sort of stuff. Just think that remind me of the headspace that I need to be in when I am portraying Bradley. And the biggest difference between me and Bradley is that I think he is a lot more sure of the things that he says. He has a very particular vocabulary that all comes from George. I would not be able to spout the things that he just gets on a dime. Yeah, I would say that's the biggest difference between him and I. Max Berger.
I mean, for hard to get into the character, I think A lot of the same things that I think you said, Ian. But I think like obviously growing with the character. I think that also comes from like obviously the episodes were being written as we went, and so there's definitely like an essence of like. When you know who's saying the words, I'm sure it makes it easier on you to be like, well, I'm gonna write because this is a line I know this person will be able to say. Like in a way, I can hear what this person's gonna say, and but yeah, you kind of grow with the character. It's a little hard to sometimes find because sometimes there's so many peaks and valleys of certain things and. But again, we have a great kind of crew around who's able to like, kind of give you everything you need to like try to like get there, as it were. And then I think the biggest, honest reality, Dick Roosevelt is very similar to who I am as a person. I think I'm just a little bit more. I think Dick's just a little bit more off the rails and a little bit more like, give me like 10 more bad years of my life, and we'll see.
We'll see.
And we'll
God.
see. I don't mean to say more bad years. Give me 10 bad years, and I'll probably be a lot more like Dick Roosevelt.
Okay.
No. Next question.
Oh.
Is there
okay.
next?
Go ahead, Drew.
But it looks like Eli's kind of busy with the light, so I'll
You guys
just
really
I'll
busy,
vamp.
so, yeah.
I'll vamp. I would say that it was really hard in the beginning because Jordan is pretty different from who I am in a lot of ways. In most ways, I would say that first episode was really hard because I don't yell at people. I don't like to get in fights with people. And it took me a while to get that first bit. Like George was like, "You need to yell louder," and I was like, "It's not nice." But that's not really nice to do on the phone with somebody. That's not polite. So that took a while. Also, like it was really hard for me to get super emotional in the first episode because like I have a way to cry that it doesn't make me actually sad, and that just wasn't working. So figured that out. But yeah. That was okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then also it got a lot easier as it went along because Jordan became like more and more like myself, which was on purpose, and so it made it a lot easier. I also had a playlist that I made that I listened to on the way to set, which was really fun. And I think there's a lot of differences between me and Jordan, so I don't know which ones.
What songs were on the playlist?
Oh, Anatomy by Kenzie Ziegler was like the biggest one that I listened to the most. The I Love You song was also from Putnam Spelling Bee, was a huge one. La 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 la. Matilda by Harry Styles, Family Line by Conan Gray, The Grudge by Olivia Rodrigo, Better Man by Taylor Swift, Smallest Man Who Ever Lived also by Taylor Swift, Norman fucking Rockwell, Lana Del Rey, Burned Out by Dodie, Touch and Go by Adam Meltzer. There's a lot. Those are the main ones.
Yeah, Ian, did you make a playlist for Bradley?
I didn't make much of a playlist. For the most part, George and I picked out an anthem for him. We had like a couple of songs that we bounced around with, but the one that I always came back to was "Let Down" by Radiohead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was it's heavy stuff.
Well, the big one was the idea that we worked through was that the song connects. The song is the connecting point between Bradley and Dick as characters.
Yes,
and there's this. There's that. Like I had seen somebody really like dissecting the lyric. One day I'm gonna grow wings, and interpreting that to mean one of two things, being like either way, meaning that you're going to achieve some sort of freedom, and the two ways that I saw that interpreted that I really connected to was either freedom through like achieving what you want to in your life and going off and doing something that matters, or freedom through like ending it and dying.
and you could see the connective tissue there.
Yeah. So that one was important to us. Yeah, it was fun to work with. But I think that's that question. So
This one was directed towards the cast, but I think it's better for everyone. Other than your own character, who's your favorite character from the series and why? I think let's start with Carlos.
I really like Bradley. Bradley was cool. The way you portrayed Bradley was awesome, I think. Yeah, no. It really made me believe that it wasn't Ian I was looking at. You know? think that's the reason why.
You'd never think. I liked. No, all right, fuck. Okay, I liked Ronald Jonas.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm just a big. I'm a ride or die for Ron Hexagon, who.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to break the kayfabe there, but he is portrayed by Ron Hexagon.
That's true.
Ronald Jonas is not a real man.
Kayfabe.
I'm sorry to say, but you know, Ron Hexagon about as close as you can get to the true Ronald Jonas.
That's true.
Yeah,
He's an angel.
absolute angel.
Well, Ian just took mine, unfortunately. I
Sorry.
was going to say Ronald Jonas also. But,
Well, other than our own characters and Ronald Jones.
And Ronald Jonas.
Okay.
And
There's
Ronald
two
Jonas.
other Jonas brothers you can choose
I
from.
was gonna say,
Yeah.
I hope we get
Yeah.
to talk more about that performance because that was so awesome. But I really enjoyed Jordan's character, and directing that performance a lot was really great because I think she's so interesting in like who like she performs she is versus like who she kind of really is deep down, and like those insecurities was like really interesting to kind of find kind of throughout the episode because that one shot over a pretty long span of time, and so
That's
kind
episode
of like
5, yeah.
episode 5, and so like kind of sitting with it for so long, you kept kind of peeling back layers. It was really interesting.
Very, very hard for me to pick. Obviously, but if I really had to, I mean, if I really had to, it's Kermit, and the reason is because like at its core, the show is about Kermit. And I mean, everybody gets their moments, and I think, and I hope all the arcs were satisfying. But like, I don't know, I think the most unique, I would say, I think the most unique thing about the show was Kermit and the way that the story is sort of fixed around him. He's so like frustratingly awful, but you feel so bad for him, and like a lot of the intention was to be like, we wanted to have a character that gave, and I can't speak for everybody's experience with their fathers, but like I wanted to provide a character that could give like a believable portrayal of like what your awful dad is like later in life, and how frustrating that can be when you confront this guy with all these memories of this evil towering giant that like hit you or neglected you or whatever, and when you come back, he's whether for better or for worse, he's kind of a husk, and I think there's also like a lot of it is also about just he's trying so hard, and you like have to give him credit for that, but still there's so many things that you can't forget. So because of the complexity of him, I would say Kermit.
And Gio's so good.
And Gio's
I love
Gio,
Gio.
Gio is such an incredible actor. Right now he's if I'm right, he's in Michigan right now, starring in a play. They brought him out. They brought him out there. They're paying for him to like live there.
Performing in our town.
He's performing,
Yes.
yeah. So he's performing in our town, and I'm sure it's incredible, and I'm sure he's incredible. So Grace, why don't you?
I think Goldie is probably like my favorite.
That's a good.
Because Goldie, it's literally only has a few scenes in episode 5. Can I spoil the end of Goldie since it wasn't
Yeah.
explicitly
Hey,
said?
let's not spoil episode 6, but I think.
The end of her.
Goldie.
Goldie, yeah. Because that scene didn't make it into the final cut.
Oh, right. Are we gonna see that today?
Oh,
no.
No,
Okay.
the footage
Yeah,
was-
go
the
ahead.
footage was lost. So Goldie dies. Goldie dies, is canonically dead at the after she faints and her shoe goes flying, which was not on purpose and was the funniest thing ever. She's canonically dead, and there was a scene with Bradley, Jordan, and Dick sitting on the couch, and Bradley says like
nice hit.
nice hit, and then you're like, I'm glad I didn't kill him.
Well, I'm just glad I didn't kill him.
And then I say, you did kill Goldie.
Look at that, we did the same.
And then the best line of that was, I didn't kill Goldie. Goldie thinking I killed Grandpa killed Goldie.
Yes. And also just any performance by Natalie Freisinger, who plays Goldie, is just like fantastic to watch and be a part of.
She's a powerhouse.
She's insane. Like, go back and find other VTV things.
Go
with her.
watch
the
go watch
memorial stream.
The
go
Halloween
watch Joe,
special.
Halloween special
Halloween
for sure.
special.
Highlight.
Yeah, Halloween special.
She's great in Joe Millionaire.
Yeah.
Yes, and in New Orphan stream.
Yeah,
As the
Orphan
villain.
Stream.
Great.
She's
She was
just
just in the memorial stream.
fantastic.
Yeah, no,
insane
she-
performer.
yeah.
Magnetic.
Yeah.
Hard to beat.
Oh, I love her. But yeah, her is Goldie.
Yeah.
I'm
The
like,
retired
you
Playboy
is
model.
always Christmas with you.
I love
She's
editing
fantastic.
those.
Oh my god!
I
yeah,
love
it's
Goldie.
always
Goldie
Christmas
Fanco.
with you.
Max Berger.
I think for me, I also do think it's Kermit, and it was a funny thing for me of like,
Make sure.
because I remember like when the show was being written and you were kind of meeting with me a bunch about it. I was so unsure about the character. I was so like, I don't know. He feels to me a little too evil at times, and I think I was very happy with the casting of Gio. Just I think like he did such a great job with it. Of there is kind of this like softness to him that like makes him look kind of weak to people, and it just I like all of the scenes where it's Dick and Kermit, those were all my favorite moments of whatever it was, episode 3 or episode 5 is it where it's like I jump out of the kitchen, corner him, like it's like all those scenes. Those were some of my favorites to do. Always.
It is. He understood exactly what the character needed to be, and there was a sense that like if you really think about it and you really analyze, like you picture what he must have been like to these kids when they were kids, you can see that like all of the not justifying it, but like you can see that all of the abuse, neglect, whatever. Came from a place of like panic and fear and helplessness, and like you don't see that until you've had enough life experience to understand that. But yeah, I think that's that question.
Yeah. For the next question, let me see here. Okay, this one's. I think there's two kind of quick. Writing questions that I think can go kind of back and forth, and then maybe kind of a weigh-in from some of the characters on this could be good. So one real quick for you, George, how long did it take to write the storyline for Family Relapse? Like just get all the beats out?
Yeah.
And then I think this is more interesting on that, which is, while writing, did you know the ending ahead of time? Did you want to change the ending at any time? Like, what was the kind of thought process? I think they're talking about episode 6's kind of bleak ending. For those who don't know, this is a spoiler. If we want to give our spoiler.
I think spoiler warning. If you haven't watched the series, I think probably
click off now.
We're gonna start.
Go watch it.
Stop watching now if you don't if you don't want to be spoiled. Dick Roosevelt dies in episode 6.
Okay.
And it's I know Ben hasn't seen it. I know. But
I was waiting for it.
it's so great. Well, it changed a lot over time. Is the big thing. A lot of the idea behind this show was like it was like right after the Footsplosion, and there was a lot of like I did a lot of like world building and planning and further structuring for like the show that we're working on right now. Mm-hmm. But I had this. I had a few interactions that kind of took my attention away from that, and one of them was with another writer I know, and I got on the phone with him, and I just needed him to get on the phone with me so I could just pitch him everything and see if it made any sense. And so I pitched him everything, and after me talking for like 20-30 minutes, he just goes like, "Okay, George, that's great, but why are you doing any of this? What is this? Like, what And I did not have an answer for him. And so, like, I then go back into panic mode, and like we're not making anything at the moment. And so we're like talking about different things we could do, and I brought the idea that like, okay, what if like we could do like a sitcom that like I'll write for like the pitch was 2 weeks. It ended up taking me like 3 weeks to a month to write each episode with the writers' room. But I started we started with the family idea because like VTV, if we're doing a sitcom for real, we should have like one of the staple sitcom formats, which is the family sitcom. And the premise was just another wacky idea I had while working on different things. The first thing to come up was the first idea. I know I feel like maybe I'm getting too deep into it right now, but the first idea of the show was that none of the characters would be related. And that the characters were these 3 characters were originally invented as like random people who the government randomly assigned legal guardians to because it was one of those Kermit and Quintain are maybe thinking about adopting a kid or something like that, and then they're given this offer from the government to they'll be paid $1,000 a kid or something.
That's not a lot.
I know. It was supposed to, but I think Eli, it might have been you who had just make them related, which you were right about. So the structuring of it didn't take too long, actually. To draw out a season, it maybe took me a week or so. And I shed probably 20 plot lines. This thing, I had 15 episode ideas ready to go. But it just made more sense for our productions and what we can do to scale it down and compress it, and that's how it kind of became a 30-minute an episode, more skewing into drama than comedy. But I knew somebody was gonna die at the end pretty much the whole time. The original idea was Kermit. Once I had worked out the family dynamics, it felt very compelling that they would all have to sort of work out everything with Kermit before he dies. And then I was like, that's the Royal Tenenbaums, and that's so many other things, and that's been done to death. And so I think maybe it was a conversation with you, Eli, or maybe I had the idea independently. I don't really remember. It feels like one of those conversations we would have had.
Yeah.
I a lot of the time, Eli will come in to edit something or work on something, and I'll be in the back writing, and I'll bring some idea and we'll talk it through, and that's how most of our best stuff comes about. But we had the idea that it's so much more heartbreaking and so much more impactful to the rest of the family, and so much more impactful to the audience if it is the character who we've kind of set up for failure from the beginning, and the character who is facing this complex thing where his life is mirroring his dad's, despite how much he hates his dad, and I think his dad never really took ownership. One of the flaws in Kermit I see of how one of the things he hasn't worked through by the time our show starts is that he hasn't really recognized that he is responsible for the way that all of them are, and he is responsible for the way that Dick is. He very directly led Dick to be that way, and when they actually face those when they actually confront that in the show, Kermit doesn't really seem to get it. And it felt like the only way that he would ever get it is, with the trauma and loss of a death, which I feel is often true in the real world. And so I know I've kind of spun out of control with this question, but I think, to answer the length of how long it took to write things, it took about 3 weeks to a month to write each episode in between filming each episode. And I had most of an idea of where things would go. There were just a lot of options, and shaving off a lot of those options and focusing into what we wanted to accomplish with the show was largely the work of Michaela and Lars. So I think that answers that.
For this one's a good one. There's several questions in this that I like, but I think starting first, what was the classic? What was something that went wrong, but you can laugh about now? So I don't know if maybe someone has one they want to jump on or take a second to think on.
Shirt.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Sweater.
Okay, so winter break happens, as we all know, and some of us like to, head back to our old stomping grounds. Mine lies in the great state of Maryland.
Wow.
Shout out Maryland in the chat. Any Baltimoreans. And the shirt that I wear in episode 4 into 5 is a sweater that I own and I love. And I wear it a lot, and it's the one with the flowers. And my Gaga, my grandmother, shout out Gaga. We were in oh my god, we were in you won't know, never mind. A Marshall's. So I was about to ask about a woman's clothing store. Well, it's not just for women, but it's kind of gaggy in the way that women love. And I got that shirt from there. And no, but because Gaga was like, this would be so cute on you. And I was like, girl, try it on yourself. And people tried it on. She didn't like it. I did, so I got it. And I brought it back home with me to Maryland, and then I left it there, sort of. And I already I didn't realize I had to get a flight back earlier because I didn't realize the day that we were filming. And I was like, I'm going to stay until late January. And then I saw the schedule, and it was like, we're filming the 13th. And I was like, nah. So got my flight, and then left some of my favorite clothing too, because it was all hung up to dry because you can't put it in the dryer. Anyways, I do not have that sweater, and so in a few takes, you might notice a little Easter egg. It is a different sweater, and it doesn't have flowers on it, and that is my bad. Anybody else?
And that's okay. One that I can think of, unless anybody else has one.
There are a few times the camera would almost fall, and Carlos would dive under it
Oh yeah, that did actually happen.
Yeah,
at least
that
twice.
was insane.
One of them was my fault. I'm not gonna lie.
But you saved it. So
I was
He saved it both times. He's
I
kind of the guy.
forgot who I was talking to, and my heart dropped, and I was like, Eli is gonna kill me.
One that I remember was it was very, very, very hard to cast Kermit's father. I had ideas of the original guy. I had to play it. He's in Cincinnati, and he just he had a different show going on, and so he couldn't do it. And so I went through a few other people, and then Michaela said one of my roommates he could do it. His name's Aiden. And so
Shout out Aiden.
But even before that, I went through 3 phone calls where I would explain the entirety of the character to somebody for 30 minutes and their significance to the show, and they would be like, "Oh, great, okay," and then I would find out from them a day later or something they couldn't make the dates or something like that. And so I talk with
People love saying yes to things.
People love saying
without
yes to
actually
things,
checking
yeah.
their calendars.
But I talked with Aiden, and he's really he was really into it, and he saw every beat that we were going for. He I think he it really had fun having the opportunity to be I would only think as a gay man it's a fun thing to play an old homophobic guy who's a cartoony, and he did a wonderful, wonderful job for it. It's so over the top and really matches what Natalie was going for, and so it turned out better than any of the other options I could have gone through. But it was it was a very stressful couple weeks trying to cast it because the character is so important to the rest of the story. That's what I've got.
Little shout out to Aaron, one of our loyal fans. We all met
Hey, Aaron!
for 2 months. So
Oh!
we can't stay long, but I wanted to drop by, say hello, and that I can't wait to watch the stream later. Go VTV.
Thanks, Aaron.
Go BTV.
Thank you.
We love and appreciate you.
Oh!
Alex, as you all know, has just arrived.
I fell asleep.
Oh.
Savannah sat on my lap, and I didn't want to wake her up and move. My phone wasn't by me, so I couldn't see the time, and then I just fell asleep.
You cute.
So,
That's okay.
but I got dandelions on the way here.
Hey!
Can I have
Thank
one?
you.
Of course.
I want one.
Ben, follow this camera.
I'm working on
it. Thanks.
I'll give you all 3. You can do
Thank you.
with them as you please.
This one's
Great.
prettier.
Alex, you want to grab
Oh, wait,
some
does
kind of
anybody want the
chair
last
for
one?
either maybe there would be a good spot,
Perfect.
or a
Doesn't
little
fit my
Last
aesthetic.
One other person's inviting me to co-host their live stream.
Oh,
No!
definitely.
Is it Jimmy?
No!
No.
don't think people understand the Monkey Man joke.
That's okay.
I didn't get it, and I also didn't like it.
I'm trying to think of another funny moment. Like a blink and you'll miss it thing is Dylan Gann, who incredible, plays
Madeline Albany.
Madeline Albany. Thank you for
I
jumping in
didn't
there.
know that was
I was
the
about to
last
say
name.
Melissa. I'm like, that's not right. But she's phenomenal. But she was only there for the one day, obviously.
Yeah.
And but there's a later scene that has Teddy, who plays Eric LeBanche, coming back for. It's like when they're him and Jordan Jordan's drunk and they go and sleep with each other. But then in like
It's implied.
in continuity, there needed to be a green jacket on the couch.
Oh yeah.
And so we and we did not have it because that was Dylan's jacket, and so we found a green fabric that kind of looked close.
It worked
And folded
really
it.
well.
And if you watch that, I would, I don't think you would notice. I don't think you could tell. I don't think anyone could tell.
I think
Yeah.
one for me was when in that episode when Natalie's shoe flew off when she fell. In
Oh
the-
my
Yeah.
god!
Yeah.
Again, another
I-
again.
I exclaimed like when it happened because I was like, oh my god, someone's gonna get hurt. But I thought I ruined the take for a second, and then we were all kind of in shock. We were kind of sitting there and like forgot to call cut, and it was just like sitting there for a second. It was
So good.
very it was insane.
Remarkably,
It's awesome.
like nobody like really. It's also remarkable that nobody got hit. Like it was
Yeah.
quite
Yeah.
literally
It was.
went
There were
right,
500 people on this,
right
like
between
on set.
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got some more. Just to
Oh.
interrupt, we got a few more members. We got.
Re-upped. Some re-upped members.
Oh!
Woo!
Some
Woo!
re-platformed
Some
members. That's kind of a new thing we're saying, Alex, in case you didn't.
Oh, thanks for filling me
We're talking about deplatforming and we're talking about re-platforming.
Okay, so which one are you?
I'm still figuring that out. I
Well,
think it's
we're
up to the fans.
platforming questions.
Yeah, we're re-platforming questions.
Anyways, Eli, would you like to?
Thank
Would
you,
you like to?
Kira, and thank you. I always forget. I'm so sorry. Linnea, right?
I say Linnea.
Okay, great. Who said Herger Benur?
Write that
Kira
down.
said, can't believe we've been able to be meme era for 2 months.
To be member era is actually.
No. They said meme era. We'll get to it. We'll get to the next comment
We'll say
later.
it as
All right,
it's
we're
written.
So,
Say it as
for
it's
2 months, here's to many more months and many more shows. And then I see later, member, I can't type and eat at the same time.
Well, that's okay.
Meme era, which I think we are kind of in our 2-month meme era.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we've earned it.
Okay, so that's great. So, I'm getting a call from 1111111.
Hurry, answer!
Oh.
Answer!
Who knows what it
From
could
the
be?
first phone number.
Answer!
Alexander
Ah.
Graham
I
Bell.
didn't know his name.
Well,
Roosevelt or whatever.
all right, folks. I'm trying to think of another real silly,
There's probably
No,
yeah.
I don't have like a
silly moment.
like a mess up thing, but oh my god, how? Because when we were shooting the like first 2 episodes in the middle of summer,
oh,
and it was
Oh my god.
just
The lava
the
machine.
absolute hottest.
That's still the funniest thing I think.
like,
was
There's
said on
in,
set.
in the first
Easily.
episode the scene towards the end with it's me and Quintain, like I was dying every time we did like 4 takes and I was like I can't do another one because I literally cannot. I would walk off and then just like be like
Yeah.
wiping every single trying to like.
He's got
and
like the whole
and then
suit on.
The
the whole
second
time,
and then
too,
the
so
second
it's
I would
like-
walk back out, it would just be right back. It was because it was like 90 degrees, and then
Yeah.
we're in here with so many people, and like all the
Yeah.
lights on us.
Whatever temperature it is outside, this room
It's-
is just more. of
It's
that.
like 15
It, like,
degrees
it-
in the direction
Yeah.
you don't want it to.
Yeah.
be.
It was warmer or it was colder outside, and it
Yes.
was 85 degrees
Yes.
outside. So like,
yeah.
woof, Fiandra.
We'd walk outside and we'd cool off in
Yeah.
85 degrees.
It was
I was
just
fine.
Okay.
That's true.
Alright,
Well, you
well-
were
You were
wearing
in fucking
shorts and a
shorts.
t-shirt.
Yeah,
I'm in business casual.
scantily clad, very breathable.
Yeah.
Or like when it was
Which
really
Bradley
cold.
does on purpose.
When it was really cold and I had to still wear my I was just I didn't have to it didn't matter, but I was like putting on my can I curse?
No.
It depends.
I'm
let's-
allowed
let's,
to. You're not.
Let's keep it to lower tier curse words.
Okay, well I was never mind then. I was wearing like my F me kitten heels and my toes were numb for like a good 2 hours one day on set. And I was like, what if I die? But I didn't. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Next
Anyone
you.
else have any funny moments? We'll think of more later on, I'm sure. Okay, so then for our cast here,
What was a moment or a line specifically that you remember that you could not remember or had like a struggle staying in the moment with?
Jesus.
I remember there was a day we kept doing it. I forgot who it was, but I remember
that little
it was,
Carlos line. That you
Most of those are tough though.
When
No,
little Carlos goes,
They're
"Let's
lengthy.
stop
'Cause
fighting."
they're like multiple pages.
exactly. And then there was a time where like I could not stop laughing, and like I was literally looking away, just like recording like this.
Oh my god.
Because it was so damn funny.
I can't remember.
I can't remember that
yeah,
one.
what, guys.
George does this really fun thing with Jordan where she had like 5 monologues in every episode, which I thought was like a really cool creative choice.
Got a lot to say.
And she's very opinionated, and that was lit. There was one, I don't remember which one it was, I think it was episode 5, where I was on the phone with somebody yelling at them. And I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
It was like you're hitching your wagon to, and I was
It was the
talking
one
shit
where
about
you were like, I
I think it was 4.
like,
It's when you come down the stairs.
Yeah,
you
it's-
stupid
it's-
wimpy little coxicles. It's that one.
Yeah, I think that was the one with like
It's not a big, bad
I don't
word
care
or
if
fault.
like I don't care if if his dad's like
The merry old queen of piece of shit England or some shit
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And I
like
couldn't
that.
get it right, and like I
That
felt
one was rough.
and I felt so bad, and I could tell Lars felt so bad because we would do a take, and Lars would be like, and like have the script up and like circle all the words that I got wrong, and it was most of it every take. And I could guarantee if I went back and like pulled up the script and looked at it, I didn't get it right still.
That's okay. As long as you got like dangerously close. I was always
Yeah. And I push the limits of that. See, because I never forget my lines. I just don't learn them.
No worries, no worries.
Like, yeah, but like in general, you know, like George, you're really good at coming over and whatever I'm like going too far out, like coming and like being like, all right, hit these lines, hit these lines, and then do whatever the hell.
Well, I also understand that like you have this thing where like you, even if you don't remember the exact words, you do remember like the intention behind them. And like that was always enough to be able to like get us over the finish line.
The only like I think it's actually funny. The hardest things to remember were actually usually when I was like reading like when I actually had a script up in front of me. That was always the hardest.
Yeah.
I was like, I kept thinking, well, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a script in front of me, and then you go, well, no, you can't just read from a page. You have to you actually almost have to know those words better than you know anything else, and those were, so it's like all those like scenes with like just me and Quintain or something like that, you know, the like acting thing.
Yeah.
Acting scenes. Those were always
Makes sense,
the like the harder scenes to remember, because like everything else is like, you know, you get into a rhythm of it, and you get because you know a lot of how Dick speaks is it's a lot of like attack. It's like thing.
Yeah. It's like he'll make an attack and then he'll remember the next thing.
Yeah, and then he'll keep going with a different thing. And so it's like as long as you like, you know, are just kind of staying hot, you're usually pretty good. But yeah.
Just the entirety of episode 4.
Yeah. That was tough though.
That was a really
did
crazy day.
Did not memorize any of it. I had it all written down, and I still wasn't getting it super great. Because it was just like it was a lot of, you know, very like specific descriptions when you're narrating for like a TTRPG like that. You know, you have to get a very specific image across.
Right.
And Bradley has very choice words that he uses to. I don't know. There's a lot of repetition in there. There was a lot of like reoccurring, like some of the scenes of just gruesome violence blended together in my head. So
Which makes sense. There's a lot of it.
It's
like,
a lot.
You had to pretty much just get in the driver's seat for the whole episode.
Yeah.
And that's hard. Like that's, you know.
One of my favorite things from that episode was how concerned is a word for it. How concerned you were about getting the like.
Which turned out amazing.
You took it like multiple times, and it was like, and every time you were like, is that what you want? Like, what do you want it closer to? And it was like, I was always like, you were employing a huge process for like a noise.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I respected it. I was like, what? It was so important that
I have passion for my craft, Max.
Yeah, that's right. Eli directed that episode, but I've even found with Ian that sometimes we just have to like try like 10 different things, and then we just find the one that like to avoid that over analyzation kind of problem, which is a good better problem to have than a lot of problems.
Truth bomb.
That's okay.
Let's move on.
Sorry.
No, somebody at home is watching that and like, me too, Grace.
Like,
Hey,
this girl's
mic
okay.
drop.
You know what? That's me. You know how I so.
She's kind of gaggy.
Okay.
It is girls'
Girls'
day.
Day.
True.
Hey, this is an interesting question. This is, I guess, about which character is most likely to end up starting debates over the best noodle shape. And I think that's for everyone. So I'm going to start with our newcomer, Alex.
Jordan.
Yeah.
I think Jordan will start a debate for anything. That's
good.
why I kind of love her for that, though. Like, I forgive women that are sassy, and I think Jordan is extremely sassy.
I love it.
And she would have a really strong opinion on a noodle shape.
Carlos?
I think Kermit. I think he's really once he's set on his mind. I think Kermit's like, no, it's this.
Why would
That's
you
the one.
choose anything other than linguine? Perfect
Exactly.
hostage.
Exactly.
I don't think Quintain would start an argument like that, but he'd certainly finish it.
I was also gonna say Quintain because I feel like Quintain would be really pretentious about it for some reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's like, it's the al
Oh,
dente
I
of
see.
it.
Yeah,
Just-
that's
yeah.
true. I'm okay. It's not exactly like an argument. This is kind of similar to Ian's answer, but Bradley, I think, would not like. I think he would feel if you were to like really get into. He doesn't really argue. I think he feels like it's oddly lower than him.
I'm above it.
Yeah, but like I do think he would, if you were to try to give your opinion that he thought was wrong, he would just like give you several paragraphs as to why you're wrong, and then he would just leave before it can be an argument.
Yeah, no time for rebuttal.
Yeah.
The facts are out there. now.
Yeah, and that's just how that is.
Yeah, I also think Jordan. I think that, and not only that, she would win.
Yeah.
And the answer is it's like the squiggly ones with the hole in the middle because you can get the cream and the cheese and the sauce in there, and it's also fun. And my finger's bleeding, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. Good for you.
Have
Are you
fun.
okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Why did you do that?
Because I pulled the skin off.
She was picking at it. You
Like,
can't pick at it.
I
Sound
know,
guy.
I know.
Flip that,
Look at
guys.
it.
Blood finger.
Wait, it's been
So
here?
it's picking
Blood
at it.
gate.
Did you
I-
tell?
That's the booth goblin.
I think that it would be. I think that it would be Kermit would start. Well, it's hard. Like I think somebody would say something offhandedly. I think somebody would make a comment.
Yeah.
I think Kermit would then immediately jump in with,
What?
"No, that's wrong. This is the objective right thing." And then I don't think Jordan doesn't care about the
Yeah.
question, but now that there's like a debate to be had, would like question like where Kermit's like thought of being like, well, this is the best noodle, and it's like, well, why do you think that? And would
Yeah,
immediately
yeah.
start that. I don't think Jordan would have like a specific noodle that's
Well,
the
right.
best.
Oddly, I think for Jordan in that scenario, it would be political.
Yeah.
And it would be because Kermit shuts someone down. Now she needs to shut him
Yeah.
down.
I
The
think
justice must be done.
I think Jordan would argue for the sake of arguing, not
Yeah.
because she cares about the question.
Yes.
Yeah. It's more about the power dynamics than
Yeah.
anything.
Eric LeBanche likes macaroni and cheese, Kraft.
Yeah.
And then at some point you would come in halfway through with mac and cheese for Jordan.
yeah, it's true.
Okay, great. And then we have.
Okay, great.
Whatever.
moving
that was
on.
cool. Or I guess whatever. I don't even know.
New question.
He's
Um,
so done.
What was your favorite trait of your character, and which scenes were your favorite to film? So I think those are two good questions to ask kind of everyone as well.
Well, I'll start with the cop. An officer. He has a name.
It has a name.
His name is Officer Branshaw, and he's actually from a commercial that I wrote for VTV, which I won't get into. I know. With Mickey Wonder wears.
No, start talking. Someone else start talking. You will.
No, please, one of you actually answer this.
Well, I kind of answered a little bit before. I answered half the question of My favorite scenes of film were Dick and Kermit. Like all those like scenes, just like one on one. I remember because whenever we were shooting, when like just before the in episode 3, when we come back drunk or whatever, the door unlocking, and I just remember like. I remember just talking with like Gio beforehand, like being out. We were outside because it was so goddamn hot, and we were kind of running lines and stuff like that. And I just remember like, it's like that. I think that's just a moment. And then like getting in and like doing that scene. We did it a bunch of times, and I just I thought it went really well because then it was one of those things where, we did it a bunch and we were like, I think it was this scene where. I want to say we did it a few times, and then I went into the booth and we were like, well, we think we got it. And I was like, well, can we just do one more? And it was kind of one of those. It was one of those fun ones of like kind of just being able to like try it again a couple times and like really try to find everything there. But yeah, and I it's fun to play like. It's fun to play somebody who's like, so angry, and he's like right to be angry, but like how he goes about everything like isn't good.
Yeah.
Like he's still like very not right in the headspace, but he has the right spirit of like I want, but he kind of can't see the bigger picture, and that's kind of the tragedy of him. But yeah, that was probably my favorite part about playing Dick, and my favorite scenes to film.
The thing that came to mind first for Bradley was, I really like the sort of scenes of like outside of reality, like his imagination getting the better of him. That sort of Walter Mitty-esque fantasy sequences that he did. Those were always fun. But I think the most fun I had playing Bradley was when he got frustrated. When that sort of mask would slip, because he, quite a lot of the time has gotten very good at acting like he's above it all, or at least acting like he is somehow removed from his own circumstances, which is obviously ridiculous. And when he can't keep that up anymore, it really he fights so hard to keep that all still inside of him, because he doesn't like feeling. He doesn't like the idea that outside stimuli can have any sort of impact on him beyond what he allows. And so seeing that mask slip, when he confessed to Jordan the first time about his feelings and his his want to off himself back in college, or when he broke down in front of the Jonas Brothers. Those were the scenes that I found the most connectivity to with the character. At least it was. It's easier to be emotional than not emotional.
Yeah, and it always feels like those scenes, to me at least, always felt like sort of like a window into Bradley, or like he's sharing a secret with somebody, and that's, as an audience member, I think that's fun to experience.
It shows that he's not just a ball of these bizarre fantasies that he's
your little
spinning
cartoon
around.
brother wants to kill himself, and there's a lot to deal with there. Oh boy,
Your life got restricted.
that's okay.
For Alex.
They'll be fine. You guys are good guys.
I was gonna say real quick though, building off what you were saying,
Yeah,
that scene with the Joe Bros. That was one that I directed, and that was definitely one of my favorite moments to be a part of. I think as fun as the goofy stuff is, and the big larger than life funny stuff in Family Relapse, I really love those moments where it is so serious, and you kind of stop feeling like you're directing it for a second. You just kind of feel like you're in the scene, and that was definitely one of those moments, because I felt like you were at the top of your game. Everyone the people playing the Joe Bros were so good. Ron Hexagon killing it as always. But we ran that.
Shout out to all the Joe Bros.
Yeah, of course.
It was lovely to work
They
with.
came so prepared, and they killed it. And we did it 3 times, and maybe even 4, and it was perfect every time. And I was so enraptured in that moment. And there was a similar one in that episode too, between Jordan and her college friend, where it was just like so the performances were so layered and so emotional that again you just kind of fell into the scene, and like watching kind of Jordan kind of switch between personalities and seeing those cracks kind of form, and then her becoming kind of more like this younger version of herself. It was really, really cool. I really liked those specifically.
We're talking as an actor, your favorite moments to perform as Jordan.
Oh God.
And also your favorite thing about your character.
Yeah.
Oh, I think favorite thing is gonna be easier. Well, I like that she's very outspoken and like she knows exactly. Well, I don't think she knows exactly who she is, but she like is able to get herself together much quicker than I am for things. If that makes sense. She can like pull a really smart sentence out of her ass and introduce herself to anybody with complete confidence, even if it's not there, which I think is great. And she doesn't get very nervous. I think I'm more nervous than she is. La la la. What was the favorite thing to film?
Or like your favorite
Like,
kind of
as Jordan?
scenes, or if you had a specific scene.
Oh
or-
God. Okay.
Like Max answered with like some of his
Filming
favorites
with
were, like,
Gio.
Yeah,
like, you know,
Yeah.
the Dick and
solo
Kermit
moments.
scenes, or like for Ian, it was like the moments where Bradley's like mask kind of slips and it gets really real.
I
like, with
know.
him and Jordan.
I have a couple. One is every time I got to film with Michaela, who plays Quintain, because we didn't have that many moments together. And so like the little moment at the end of episode 4 where like we're just chatting and it's really cute and about like what I want to do with, or what Jordan wants to do with it. Sorry guys, what Jordan wants to do with her life and all of that. Or like anytime I filmed with Teddy was really fun. And like the whole Yemen bit was just like that was
I
also
loved that one.
that was such
so
a fun
funny.
scene to film because like we were all like, wow, everything's ending and it's so fun. And it was I think it was Teddy's like last thing that he ever filmed, and so like all of us were just having a lot of fun. And Lars just kept bringing up Yemen, and the cast party was in Yemen.
That's
no
true.
worries, guys.
That's true.
But also like just Teddy was always so on it,
Yeah.
so that was really fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would come in ready to be the most disgusting. Man
Yeah.
Also, I
that
liked
ever.
Or the,
how mad you would get at him in scenes. Like you're usually kind of quieter, and you have to be like, oh, you can be more aggressive. When you're with Teddy, you're just immediately like,
Like, no.
Yeah, and like I think Michaela added the scene in episode 4 where like he comes back for anniversary or something.
Yeah, it's
It's
because
their
in episode.
anniversary.
Wait, did you guys had a moment in episode 3, maybe, or maybe not.
That's that's like the apology thing.
Yeah. He comes back and lays this big apology on you, and like makes it everything's gonna be better now, and like it's such a you don't really have a back and forth. He just kind of talks at you, and you're so shocked by like his sudden change in behavior, and then he comes in episode 4 and interrupts the board game and declares that it's your anniversary and it's time
Really
to celebrate.
gross.
It's time to-
It's being
yeah, his
bored.
last line of that episode. That's so incredible.
But also like the thing where he does where he like crawled his arm up over mine, and Michaela added in the word glowing, and I think that's one of the best.
Right, in the writer's room.
Michaela just knew exactly
when
what
we
that
were
meant.
going through how in that line where he says like my beautiful, independent, strong, and when we were going through that in the writer's room, Michaela was like kept adding words like as we were going, and we would like write it down, and I would be like, so is that, and then Michaela, well, hold on, but glowing.
Maybe
would
one
also-
more.
Yeah,
Glowing.
it was so
That was-
she's so
yeah.
incredible. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I think.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say for anyone else who didn't answer, that's not.
Oh, please, yeah.
Cast. What was your favorite moment on that to film? You know, I think could be.
Oh, when Jordan got her groove back.
Yeah, we
Right,
Jordan
yeah,
got her
you're
groove
back.
back.
Yeah, that was really.
I
fun.
like.
Builds the parade float.
I liked it when it was Girls' Day.
And also when it was Girls' Day.
Yeah.
And for context, I think that would be Jordan and Madeline's.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, Girls'
that's
Day.
what-
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
I
that was
really
a
didn't
great
like that.
scene.
Kind of passed the Bechdel test, did it?
I
first
think you
part.
talk about Pedro Pascal
In the second
immediately
part,
in the
yes,
second
but in the first part, no.
So if you cut out the second part,
You cut out the whole Pedro
we
Pascal
kind
That's
thing.
on
of
me.
just
We
barely
do
got
also,
over
it does also end with her running off to see the Joe Bros.
That is true. Yeah.
You also don't.
studying for the
though?
Bechdel test.
They,
Yeah.
don't.
Right.
They don't.
I know.
We're
yeah.
almost. We're getting really close to passing the Bechdel test one of these days.
Almost.
Wait,
Yeah.
Night Muncher might.
Night Muncher. I think
No.
Night Muncher does.
The Night Muncher.
Well, it's just women have to talk about something other than men, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, I guess in theory that it does pass the Bechdel
It's the
test.
mentioning of any man, though.
No, it's not.
Well,
It's
I think
not
that's
any man. It's
something
like
that's
the
been
main.
added.
It's the main character. If it's a man.
With
we're
yeah.
talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it's it is any man.
Is it any?
We're doing it wrong because we're saying if it's any, because like George is right, it's not exclusionary if you suddenly start talking about a man, that then it doesn't pass it.
It has to be like you only
Alison
talk.
Bechdel said, if have you noticed in any media that if they're like it's hard to find a moment where there are two women talking and it's not about men.
Because the bar is actually lower than.
And they're both named. They're both named
Yes.
women
Yeah.
who don't who are talking about anything
Um,
else. So like I think all these scenes do pass the Bechdel test because they are talking about things other than women. Oh wow, the wind is so strong it's blowing open our door in the
Awesome.
studio.
That's kind of sick.
For our audience.
It's kind of like a ghost.
Carlos, did you have a moment there?
Honestly, I know Gio's such a great actor. Like when he was trying to be serious, and he would make like just grunting noises. any of those moments just had me dead. Like especially he was they had me dead all the time. So anytime Kermit was on.
Or his little
Yeah, exactly.
Or like getting shoved into the piano. And scared to rip off.
And then like his facial expressions, beautiful.
I would say my favorite. I don't know if I have like a moment that's best, but my favorite, like one of my favorite things that developed was the more you guys like started to fit the mold of like a family, and the way that like when we would talk, like when a lot of the time when I would talk to you guys on set, I would at a certain point I would. Mostly, usually I'll stop using your real names completely, but after a while, I would like just call for Roosevelt's. You guys are up, or like, you know, I even some of the dynamics that formed of like you know, the three of you, the way that you all started to kind of just feel like siblings over time, and you guys have worked together before, you know, this show, but. Yeah, and then you know, Michaela and Grace, Michaela and Gio sort of having their own thing going on the whole time. It was just really, it was very cool. Would be my answer to that.
Sweet, I think everyone answered that then. And I think we're at our last submitted question, and this was, how much of yourselves do you see in your respective characters? So we kind of answered that one, and yeah, I think maybe to elaborate on like how did these characters kind of resemble you or not resemble your real selves. Maybe ways that we could kind of talk about these characters as like, I don't know, like representative of things in the real world, real life, like people you know or have met,
Archetypes,
something like that.
yeah.
Archetypes, perhaps.
Yeah.
But like family members, things like that could be maybe brought in. That could be interesting. I'm looking at Grace because she's looking at me.
There's a lot of words happening, and I don't know.
Yeah, I'd
what
say
the exact
so.
question
So
is.
talking about your character instead of talking about your characters as they relate to
funny. Just
you,
go off.
talking about your character instead of how they resemble you, but maybe ways you've used like people you know in your life as inspiration for the character.
Like, who does Jordan remind you of?
Yeah.
What does that say about, you know?
Have you know family,
Oriented
friends, random people you met in school? I don't know, something like that.
Cool.
Ian.
Well, I defer to Grace here.
Okay. And then,
What actually, what is your problem? By the way,
I love
You know, I want to hear what Grace says about this question.
I don't know what Grace says.
All right, I'll give her a moment. Bradley. So George and I obviously talked a lot about Bradley in our iconic hour-long phone calls. Bradley.
Yours were just an hour.
Average.
Okay.
Average. Bradley was like a sort of a fusion between the most oddball aspects of myself and George and Lars, I would say, for the most part. We would all project like a lot of our own sort of quirks and weirdness onto this freakish little creature.
Yeah.
He is the parts of myself that I see the most in Bradley are just sort of like not really feeling like I ever fit into the mold in any given room that I'm in. Like I always and that's mostly in my own head and in Bradley's own head, we both get this idea that it's not even any particular idea. We just think too much about our own place in the room, and that overwhelms us. And so we decide very often to just not think about it. Think about something else. Go to our own little world, and have our own fantastical concerns that don't have anything to do with the people in the room around them. And that it's a lot of escapism. Escapism, I would say, is the most defining connection between myself and Bradley. Yes, that is my answer now. Grace?
Okay. I think that Jordan and I are both people who love to be seen. I think that we go about it in very different ways and with different hopes for what that means. I think that, Jordan thinks that if she's not being seen doing something very important, then what the hell was all of this for? I think that I need to be seen because I need to be with people at all times, and that's a whole different thing. I should probably meditate or journal or sit. I actually did sit in a park by myself for 20 minutes this week.
That is worthy of applause.
Which doesn't happen. I don't like being alone. I like to hang out and chat. Oh, also, Jordan loves to gab with a girl and have a full bottle of wine and watch a bad show. Well, maybe it's not bad.
Buffy's awesome.
Okay, it's good.
Buffy's really good.
But the shitty vampire makeup.
Yeah.
Jab.
I get it.
But I like doing that too.
So great.
It's girls' day. What can I freaking say?
Again, kind of as I was saying earlier, I think, give me 10 bad years and I'll be a lot more like Dick Roosevelt. I think a lot of the ways that myself and Dick are similar is I think Dick has no ability to be ironic in any way. He's not playing up anything. Whereas I think the largest difference is what I mean when I say give me 10 bad years is make a bunch of things go really wrong in my life, and I'll probably lose the ability to be kind of jovial about a lot of things. That's I think that's the I think in his sort of younger, when he was younger, he was definitely probably a lot more able to kind of brush things off and kind of joke about how much he hates his dad and things like that. And I think a lot of it's also the situation of now he's forced into this space and he's kind of feels his back's up against the wall.
If you start laughing about it, then you sort of surrender to it.
Yeah, you kind of surrender to it, and I think I think he's kind of unable to at that. But I think that's the. I think I'm much more. I am not being forced up against the things that are bad and that I'm trying to hide from. Is I think a good way.
Just to make sure you're sorry. I just had something to add.
Yeah.
I think that for both of us, it's true that we're little shits to each other.
Yeah. Without a doubt. Oh yeah, we're also yeah, we love pissing each other off.
Yeah.
We love rage baiting each other.
Well, one funny thing I think all of you have sort of what I think all of you have kind of touched on a little bit is every Roosevelt is the most sensitive person in the world. And they all they all deal with it in such a hilarious way. Bradley.
I like being off-putting.
Yeah. Or Jordan sees it as I'm the most sensitive person in the world, and that's weak and squishy, and so I need to cover it in armor.
Yeah, don't puss out.
And for Dick, he kind of unintentionally kind of wears it on his sleeve. And the best cover he has for it seems to be hate and vitriol, but it's all none of it's. I think most of that is kind of skin deep.
I will say I feel like I've met plenty of Bradleys. I've met Jordan before, Dick's, Kermit's. Even I've met too many of Kermit's parents kind of characters.
Yeah.
But I've never quite met a Quintain.
That's a good point.
And I really hope one day that I do.
That's yeah. See, I a lot of the character was obviously Michaela's creation,
Yeah.
If you go back and watch Voter Veto, the Girls' Day episode, Michaela appears as Quintain Flack on Voter Veto, and it's a much more like aggressive and like out there version of the character that was kind of like reeled in to be able to play in like a narrative format. But I remember a lot of the like discussion at the beginning there was like, let's like what Michaela and I were talking about even for Voter Veto is like, let's really play into like this, you know, just downright abusive theater teacher thing, and like that's one thing that I myself have been familiar with, and and a lot of like what we talked about too, and it's something that's not really touched on in the show much. Like we allude to Quintain having this insane past and having done all these like crazy things, but so something that we always talked about was that like Quintain is a character who also was and still is in many ways an asshole. And even Quintain can't escape that. But like clearly Quintain has like grown so much since then and like dealt with things in like a more of a healthy way than anyone else. But just so much Michaela went into that character. It was so crazy.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. I think we are out of our member-submitted questions. So if
Gag
I
reel.
know one of you two has probably the chat pulled up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if anyone else wants to send out some questions or concerns,
Great.
they'll read them out
while you
now.
guys do
I'm
that.
going to go get the gag reel set up, but this is also a good time for
I'm gonna go
a bathroom break.
Ethan
for-
is
I need.
is here.
Do we have any water?
You know what, actually,
no
I'm gonna
bottled
take you with me.
water.
So just.
Oh, saucy.
He's already.
Chicago's
The
tab.
stream's already
Oh,
restricted,
just-
so.
So just saying.
Oh,
be
Careful, King.
My bad.
Careful.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna take a little potty break. We want to send out some messages for
No.
Grace and Max.
Oh.
No water.
What you want me to go buy you water? Is that the
Water.
Beer.
You could ask-
Beer.
You could ask.
Beer.
There's beer. Of course, there's beer.
Beer.
Is there actually beer?
There's beer.
Fuck,
What the hell?
man.
Why would you
Fuck.
say
Get the
that?
fuck out
I
of
drank
here.
it all
man.
yesterday.
Get the fuck out of here.
Sorry.
Chat, please.
Chat, donate a 20 real
Please,
quick. Chat.
yes, please, so that Carlos can get, because he's closest
Oh,
to the
shit.
door.
Oh, wait.
I'll do it.
We do have a question, but this kind
But
of
it's
is a
not
George,
beer money.
kind of a George question. What the
Yeah,
hell
what
was
the
the
fuck was
inspiration
that?
for boy-bortion?
Yeah, not. I don't know.
One of the most fun lines to say. I love saying boy-bortion.
That's insane.
It's great. I don't do a whole lot in that episode. I remember kind of showing up being like, I was like so hot, and I was like, but I get to basically just lie down for most of this episode
Yeah.
and like be off screen. That was awesome. Yeah, but like boy-bortion, it's like when a boy gets abortion.
I guess, yeah.
Right, after he gets boy
True.
preggers.
After he gets boy preggers, he
Yeah.
gets a boy-bortion
Yeah.
at the boynecologist.
I don't
Yeah.
like
that's
it. I don't like it. The gynecologist.
The boy
The boy.
That's gonna, and you
the
don't like
boy
it. That's about to be
born
permanently entered into your vocabulary.
No. I really disagree. I think I don't agree. Do you think I'm okay if I drink the? Oh, I guess we have that sink. I can drink that sink water, right?
Yeah, you can drink. Yes.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
yes, the water.
No,
is
I was
safe.
thinking about only the sink with the paint stuff. And I was like,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
gross.
don't drink out of that thing.
I forgot
There
that
were
one
three other
exists.
things.
I forgot that one exists.
Oh, here, but there is actually a question for you though.
Okay, what's up?
I was wondering how Jordan, being the only woman in the family, impacted her dynamic in the family trauma, both past and present.
Oh God. Wait, can I hold that?
Yeah, of course.
I was wondering-
Guys,
are
we
you
got
gonna
beer
fill that
money
up for me?
donated.
No
Are you
way.
serious?
Guys,
Shut up! Yes!
There's no way.
Hadley, but that's Hadley Burger.
Hadley Burger donated $20 for
I'll get you
Thanks,
one.
Hadley Burger.
Thank you.
Oh, Max Burger, I just found out that you can speak to snakes. And
wondering
so
if
maybe
Hadley
we're
was the only
thinking
woman in
that
the family.
we do like a Max
Okay.
Burger snake
First of
interview.
all,
What?
well, think about that question. George, answer where the inspiration for boy-bortion came from,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
go sit and answer.
Okay.
So,
I stole the joke from my buddy Jack.
Oh.
He was always a very close friend of mine. He's funnier than I am. I can just structure TV shows better than he can. But Yes, Eli is in the Illuminati. But well, sorry, people had to find out at some point. But so like we would do this thing.
Max just for the viewers at home. I asked Max if it was cool to drink from the sink, and he's like, "Yeah, of course. Oh my god, of course it is." And he filled up my cup for me, and he just stood there for a minute, looking inside of it, and looked up and went back. So I'm really excited about that. Continue.
Wait, you just want some of mine?
Could I?
Yeah, just have some of mine.
I love this game.
But yeah, we all
Thank you,
like.
You're welcome.
Jack and I had the thing where like this isn't totally relevant, but he had this tiny little pearlescent blue Mazda Miata, and it was it was awesome. It was the coolest car ever. It was so tiny, and it was like driving a little go kart, and it had like it was a convertible, so you could put the top down. It was awesome. And in high school, he and I he would just drive me around and we would just drive like all the time.
The third
and
poll.
nice.
Sorry.
And we would just kind of like do that thing you do like with a best friend where you just have like a say the most wacky shit on the planet contest. And like we were talking about, I don't know how it came about, but we were talking about like we kept saying like boy stuff, you know, like boygasm and.
I remember you saying boygasm.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where FNAF
Well,
came from.
boygasm is our boy band now. But
FNAF
he said at one point. Okay, he said at one point we had the joke that he kept saying that he had this blanket and that nobody should touch it because they might get pregnant. And I know. And so he put it on one time, and then everybody was saying that Jack was now boy pregnant, and then Jack said like, "Well, who's gonna pay for my boy abortion?" And so and that has just never left my brain. We said it all the time, and so I thought it like I haven't talked to him about this that episode yet, but I always thought it'd be really fun if Jack did watch the episode and catch it.
I'm glad we got Jack's consent to tell this story.
Oh, he doesn't care. I promise. But that would be sorry. That's that answer.
All right.
Okay, so I also had a question. And it's very interesting and layered.
Here, would you like me to repeat the question?
Yeah.
To you?
Yes, I would love.
Okay. I was wondering how Jordan being the only woman in the family impacted her dynamic in the family trauma, both past and present.
Yes. I feel very connected to the characters I play, and so a lot of Jordan, like family trauma wise, is also can be very true to me, as Grace. So like that helped a lot, but it's so different because my family is like mostly women, and I've grown up with like fantastic female influences in my life and like great like mentor ladies, just like the coolest women in the world. And so I do remember there was a time on set, and I don't remember what it was. No, I know what it was, guys. It was episode 2, and it was the abortion thing. And for episode 1, I didn't really think about the fact that I was only with men because I had Michaela on set, and like Michaela is one of my best friends, and we love to like girl out. It's like lady time. Yes, do. And episode 2 was happening, and like all of this, like the conversation with Quintain saying like, I don't think we should be debating politics, and Bradley's like, politics? I did realize, and I think I said this out loud, I was like, it makes me super uncomfortable as Grace right now, the fact that I'm completely surrounded by men, and we're talking about abortion, and like, it got super like uncomfortable for me, which was weird, and like, not in a way where I was like, I need to stop, I need to go to my fucking trailer. Because I have one.
It's my trailer, but she like
I crashed there.
Into it.
It's really nice.
But yeah, that was it. It was a weird thing to think about and internalize, being like, oh, I'm totally around men right now, and like that is just the truth of the whole show. Until like, Madeline?
Yeah.
I don't really speak to a woman besides like, I mean, I guess like Carol DeKevany, like, but that's not my girl.
Yeah.
That's not my diva town. Lily is like she's gaggy. Yeah, I don't know if that answered the question at all. But
I mean, I think it's probably where a lot of like Jordan's, like issues with herself come from.
But yeah, you don't have. Yeah. I mean, it's really weird when like even when I'm in spaces where like I'm with men that I don't super know, I get that way and I'm like, oh God, what's going on? Like, I need to talk to at least like a gay person or a girl. Like, I'm really stressed. But yeah. Are we doing bloopers?
To the gag reel.
To the gag reel. And gag being like gaggy, not like gag like. Okay, sorry guys.
I remember having to. We had a lot of conversation about that and about like. I remember I had to like give you just a lot of firsthand experience about like, you know, how regular like that scenario there of like it's a room full of people talking about abortion and most of them are men and most of them just are either giving like an insane opinion or just don't care. And
Yeah, I didn't.
and I remember like having to like kind of like because I know you don't spend a lot of time with like dudes, you know, and I remember having to give you a lot of like, no, this is like how this actually is, like this is real. And
what the fuck? Because like even my high school was mostly women, and so it was like Gagtown, like girlies.
USA.
Yes, literally. But like USA, yes, exactly.
Yeah, totally. We all agree on that.
Maybe literally.
And even, can I say something? Liberally. Can we get a zoom in?
No, we can't. No, he can't do that.
no one's with the camera.
There's nobody
Can
there.
someone come in and
Just
zoom?
walk up to the camera.
Fix it.
Come on out. Come
Ben,
on out.
Ben,
Come on out.
Ben.
Come for a zoom.
Yeah,
Ben.
Solo cam.
Oh,
Solo cam.
zoom in. Oh, zoom in coming.
Zoom in, solo cam.
Zoom in coming. Oh, zoom in coming.
Wait, I'll say it again. Liberally. Yes.
Wow, the stream's delayed, so I can't get. Well, but I'm sure it happened. Wow,
It's really good.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Thank you.
All right, we're ready for the gag reel now.
Is this
Gag reel
mine or is
time.
this mine?
Incoming
I
gag
guess it doesn't
reel.
matter.
Oh wow, that looked good. Oh, that looked really good.
Well, that's awesome.
Wow, I'm such a pretty lady.
No, they can be yours.
Alright.
Jesus, guys, please don't leave the stream because of that.
It's okay.
All right, headphones on.
Just tell me when to laugh.
I'm nervous.
Headphones on. Time for the gaggy reel.
The gaggy reel. Wait, ready? Blech. That's
That
the gaggy.
gaggy reel.
Don't say aw. Okay.
Gaggy reel. Gaggy reel.
Gaggy. Nah.
Alright, here we go.
I always love these. I specifically
He goes off and he eats on his own.
well, but here's the thing. I sat there knowing full well that I was in front of a camera. You know.
So I can remove the sound from this because it was a Biggie song that is just loudly
Right.
playing. I remember that over the entirety of this, like
Right.
3-minute clip.
It's just
No.
just me eating.
It's
like that.
really funny. So I put the whole thing in so we can kind of have a moment with it.
So this has been a long going thing. Oh shit. Oh
There it
yeah.
is. He's taking
Oh
it back.
fuck yeah.
Nice.
I
like that.
What are you watching?
Because I remember there was like a because how many minutes of Corin eating did you get, Eli?
We got quite a bit of that.
It's 20. Yeah. So this 3-minute clip is whatever. Because whenever we got like Corin China snack, and then he was just sitting at the table on set, and so Eli hit record, and there's 20 minutes of Corin eating.
Yeah, I put all 3 cameras on. I think Aaron,
You did put
who's
all.
a big Corin fan, a big Clark fan. I played it once in one of our other streams in the small corner, and Aaron was freaking out because I put on double speed, so it was just Corin eating rapidly.
Quickly eating.
And it had nothing to do
All
with
right,
the stream.
skip this clip. We don't need to watch 3 minutes of me.
Hold
eating a slice
on,
of pizza.
I'm getting something here.
Wait,
Hold
it's
on.
gonna get good. Just
Yeah.
wait.
Already.
There's a twist.
Who was walking in? It's
I'm
probably
actually laughing.
me.
Who knows, man?
Oh, he's saying something.
Hey.
Oh, he's laughing.
He's having fun.
Well, it's probably around when like Eli was like, "Oh yeah, you."
It goes up the
It goes-
and it's the same piece of pizza. Like,
It's just getting smaller. It's 9 minutes.
And he hasn't finished the pizza.
Hey man, I'm taking my time.
Yeah, you're right.
What a gag.
It's
what a
Oh, he's
gag.
drinking the
Fuck yeah, my beer.
It's so weird to be able to hear each other too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man.
We
Beer.
could get like a real-time Max dub over
Fuck
this.
yeah,
clip.
beer and pizza. That's what I'm saying right now.
I'm Max Burger.
Sip, nom nom, nom nom nom. Like Roblox.
Oh, like Roblox.
Like
Folding
Roblox.
technique. I'm a big fan of that.
Nom nom nom.
We're not even halfway through.
Let's skip to the end of this. What are we doing?
Well, I want to see
What
if
are
we
we
finish
doing?
the pizza.
Oh,
Who is
What's going on?
Is that Eli?
Maybe it was Ben?
And it's gone.
Guys, he
That was definitely after Eli told me that the camera is rolling.
He just goes back.
And then I go right back to it because, well, I'm like, he's not gonna play the whole damn thing.
He would never.
He would
play it
never
all
just
on
play
live
the
stream,
whole damn thing.
Oh my god.
All right, there we are. Oh, he's.
Be back.
This is day 2.
He still hasn't finished the pizza.
Yeah,
We're on day
right.
2.
No, the pizza's gone now. It's
Yeah.
the beer I gotta finish.
That was great.
No, just let me know when to laugh, and I'll laugh.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. Oh, good.
I'll come and point it.
I mean, are those headphones being
I
used?
don't know. I'm
Max
gonna
8 Part 2.
They're so far away, you know.
Max 8 Part 2 can't be.
Wow.
Very
Oh, this one's called Blooper.
Wow.
Oh my god.
All these work.
I think it's literally that, and then not something. Check the script. I'll check the script.
There's one in the chair. Me first. Perfect.
Oh, I'm like the third camera guy. I'm the best one.
Wow.
Sorry,
Blooper
Carlos.
2.
Sorry you had to hear that.
That's my real road. Oh, Kermit.
It's not the
Because we had to follow the action.
Cupid episode where my dick is gonna flash on VTV.
What the?
Was that Olive?
It wasn't the Cupid one. It's gonna be this one.
The Cupid, we had him in basically a fucking banana hammock in front of. I say basically, it was a banana.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Kermit cock reveal it. Timestamp it. Time.
This isn't. This doesn't reflect.
Yes, Max
Let's
dancing.
go!
I feel like I just wanted to talk about the Hartwell moment, the one prior.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. One time we had Gio on Hartwell,
Oh, yeah.
which is the live show that we had before Max Burger tonight, where Max Burger was the PA, and then he was promoted to Tonight Show host. But Gio came on as Cupid because it was like the love romance episode, and we just thought it'd be funny if he was wearing like a thong and wings and like had like a little bow and arrow.
It
and, like,
was
like,
a
rubber
real
nipples and stuff.
costume. It's just, it was small on him.
Yeah.
And it was already pretty skimpy.
Yeah. So we had him
and
come out.
so,
Twisting his nipples.
Well,
Yeah.
the game that we played was like the Newlywed Game, but the whole idea was like whoever wins goes on a date with him. So like he was like breaking up a couple to like take one of them and
Yeah.
go with him. And all the questions were like, I remember like the first one was like, what is your partner's BMI index? And they were all awful, and
My
I
favorite
wrote them.
part of that is that the I in BMI stands for index.
Index. Yeah. I didn't know that.
rest in R.I.P.N.P.
So that's
You're
what he's
nearby.
referencing there. I think that was the only time he's appeared as Cupid. I think the
Thankfully,
next
yeah.
dating romance thing.
Then
we
he
had,
was Justin Timberlake, yeah.
He's often Justin Timberlake.
We love him as Justin Timberlake. He might be one of the best Justin Timberlake impersonators out
Can we
there.
One
bring
of them.
back Cupid to the icebox?
Yeah, why not?
The icebox, yeah. Okay, I think.
Max dancing.
Bye. So we gotta go this way.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Oh shit!
Imagine if we were.
Oh, he getting it.
Wow.
Oh, for that camera.
How it really be something.
Family?
Yeah,
What
we'll
are we
after
doing?
show, but
Oh.
Why don't we just make the
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
okay.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, Booth, how we doing?
Thank you, everybody.
Michaela's like desist.
Threading the needle. I've done this in a decade.
He hasn't done this in a decade.
I just figured because there's like very clearly only one
I don't remember
spot
this.
on this whole puppet that uses black string.
I feel like we're stretching the definition of blooper.
I think there's a little more to it than just that.
Why do you care?
This escape is particularly important to me. I'm curious. It's weird. I'm bored. I don't even know how you guys met. I didn't know you were, you know.
Well, after you and Dick left,
That's so great.
What the fuck?
do you want to hear the story or not?
You just screamed video of the floor.
Oh.
It's in the script.
It's in the.
All right, gentlemen, here's your groceries.
I don't even know.
Dude,
We're
they're doing the
baby
baby
dancing.
clap, yeah.
Where's the audio?
That one, I lost the audio and it's the worst crime ever.
Oh, play it.
I could do.
What is this? Oh, yeah, alright.
We
Well, go
have
back,
it live.
play the clip. Wait, go back just a second, yeah.
Video of the floor.
Yeah.
It's in the script.
It's in the.
All right, gentlemen, here's your groceries.
Let's see.
Jesus Christ.
See?
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Wow, it's just like in real life.
It's as if we were really there.
Wow. Oh,
Eli
wow.
Pease. Uh-oh.
Action. Oh, there's ambulance. I am so deeply sorry. I also have to use fresh shit really quick.
How dare you!
Oh my
Can we
god.
get the fan
Just
back on?
hold
real
it.
quick?
Just
Can we get
hold
the fan
it.
back on?
Can we get the fan back? Yes!
Oh my god.
Guys, where'd my body go?
That's the end of the episode. We did it, guys.
I know, yeah.
Where'd
Where
Where did Bucky go?
It was so easy for her to just go to sleep at any time, too. Like,
Oh no.
Epic. Morning time, epic. Morning time, epic. Epic, 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 epic.
Morning time.
Peanut butter. Chocolate.
Slightly off beat.
No!
Gio, come here.
I just wiped my mustache. Does it look weird? Okay.
Yes, everybody wonders
Yeah,
why
chocolate.
it took so long to
I
get everything
you're
out.
so
Fucking
watching while everyone else
stupid,
is.
wimpy little popsicle.
You little cocksucker, fucking piece of fucking suck.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I just have
wait.
my ringer
So, like,
on
yeah,
while
yeah,
it
yeah.
takes, and I don't want to mess up a whole
Yeah,
other
okay, well-
plastic bulb mark how late
Oh
it
wow.
That was
No, we'll
good.
get it. No,
is.
no,
I'm
no.
fighting
We
with
don't
my
come
mom
over
right
with
now.
No, we're gonna get it.
because
We're gonna get it.
We'll get back to
she
it.
said
I
I
promise.
wish I could find some humor.
We will
Oh,
find
just
some.
tell me how late later is. Just tell me how late later is. Okay. So when I said that Jordan and I are very different people, it's different when I'm fighting on the phone with my mother. It's all different. Oh my god.
Wait,
Maya sadly have to leave because I start work super early tomorrow, but I just want to say Family Relapse is fantastic. Y'all are awesome.
Thank you so much.
Freaking,
You're the best.
freaking, thank you!
Thank you.
We love you! Thank you! That's insane. Okay, sorry.
Hold on, all right,
such a
yeah.
cunt.
We determined this is still day one, right? Like,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
okay.
This is
You're all good.
like kind of
Cool.
the nighttime.
This is like the end.
Alright, guys.
Wait, am I not supposed to be in this outfit? No, I am.
Yeah, you
listen,
don't change until you sleep with Eric.
Yeah, and then you become Obama. Right. Okay,
You're-
that's,
and then you're
and
here
that's
for
the next
change.
morning.
Yep, you're here for change.
That's the time.
You change.
Just like had enough.
Woman like this.
Yeah. Try and don't spill it though. Don't spill it.
I would never spill wine.
Okay.
Actually, I spilled wine all over Dylan's old couch. Do you remember that?
Okay, so.
Big-
Oh my god.
At your old place, like 2 places ago. No, the one after that. Yeah, right before you sold the couch, I spilled an entire glass of wine out.
You're Jordan. Sorry.
Sorry.
Alright, this picture, I know it's gonna be hard, but I'm like Pedro Pascal and I'm like a vampire. So that's what this is.
So true. Like, I don't know.
Wait, let me be dry.
I know, I need to like it.
Alright,
Alright,
go to
guys,
the
you
real
ready?
beers.
Alright, cameras ready?
Ready.
Alright, let's go for a take. Jordan.
She's so drunk.
Destiny is calling me. Open up my eager eyes.
Eagle eyes. Too bright side.
My favorite version of that is
I never got to know what my favorite version was.
it's the cat one.
Oh
my god.
But otherwise, yeah, I mean, that was. Really,
Oh,
really
it's the British Admiral.
Yeah.
From World War III.
No, this I'm like a motivational coach.
Sorry, I should have.
Like,
Oh,
we do an intro as just the 3
Lauren is so funny, dude.
So I think
to the
the only thing
bed
we
at our
have
house.
before the pizza bit is the go-go section from the first scene.
Quick hit the emote.
Oh wow. That was.
Oh, yeah, Maxie
that
did
was-
it.
Yeah, that's important. We should watch that
No,
one.
it's alright. You can cut that. No, you can cut that
Oh
actually.
god.
Wow.
Damn.
Fantastic bloopers. Fantastic blooper selection,
Oh god.
I think.
Wowzers,
Oh,
Bowsers.
wow. Goodness grady.
Those are only the files where the blooper was named because
Something.
the file was exclusively a blooper.
Yeah.
So there's obviously
So
many
there's
more
like,
bloopers.
because there's shitloads of footage where we just start fucking off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
That's
stop
so
and
bad.
start
every
again.
goddamn minute.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we could illuminate some of those grand moments, like Grace. What's this whole thing about pizza?
Oh,
Good question.
For our
Oh,
audience, they're really
it's-
curious.
There was multiple times on set where Gio and I should have been put in separate rooms. I think it's the best way to explain it. We bring out the absolute worst in each other.
Supercharge each other.
It's like, and the funniest thing is when we first started Family Relapse and we like the cast was finalized and everything, Gio and I were both so excited because we've never really like worked like together a lot. Like we've been backstage
And
in
I'll
green
never
rooms a
have
lot.
again.
And it has to know. And yeah, okay, there's a day that there was gonna be
A
pizza.
day?
Well, okay, I'm sorry. There was a day that there was gonna be pizza for lunch, and I tried to swallow my spit, and we were really excited, and so we were like, "Ooh, pizza!" And then it just kind of started as
Don't look
that.
at me, don't look at me.
Oh, in this camera right here?
So that's over here. And we were really excited about the pizza, and so we started getting a little bit louder about the pizza, sort of more emphatic about the pizza, and it turned into pizza.
They would bounce for like a minute straight.
Backs arched.
So good.
Ow, pizza.
Oh yeah, we started getting painful for you.
Yeah, and then so there was also episode 3 when Kermit and Dick go on a bender. You guys took pictures at a bar.
Oh yeah.
And I tagged along because I was like, "Fuck it, bar." After we wrap, we've been together for over 12
Yeah.
hours. Who wants to get drinks?
Yeah.
And Gio and I were sitting diagonal from each other in a booth, and I think it was Eli and George sitting on the other sides.
I don't think I was there.
Maybe it wasn't George. Might have been Max. I know, yeah, it was Eli and Max. And Gio and I were doing pizza and bouncing in the booth, and so Eli and Max were also like kind of bouncing a little bit in their seats, having a genuine, serious conversation. Gio and I were like, "Oh, pizza!" I think it was Max being
That's
like,
horrible.
"Just keep going. They're not gonna stop."
Yep.
So that's pizza.
Yeah.
I had a bracelet that said pizza, but I lost it. But I'm wearing my Jordan bracelet.
And then there's I think there's another song to do something with poop and
Wow.
Yeah.
Where it comes from.
Yeah.
It's
oh, yeah.
so funny because like that. I think I don't know if that was the same exact day.
Oh
It's
yeah,
weird.
I think it was all in one lunch period. Like I think we all broke for a lunch period, and we ended up. It was episode. I think it was episode 3. I'm
I think
pretty
it was,
sure.
yeah.
I think. Well, yeah, episode 3.
Lunch was
poop comes out the butt. So I guess I don't know. I think this might have been all Geo, and then I just
this is a
I yes
Geo
anded
one.
so bad. And it was just a song. It was an educational
Please take it
song
away. Please take it away.
about where poop comes from, and we go poop comes out the butt. Poop comes out the butt. Yes, it does. And you put your hands down to make it stop, and it doesn't stop, and it's really warm, and there's blood in it, and poop comes out the butt. And it comes out like pee.
You gotta do like the juice like voice from Adventure Time.
I don't even know where that voice came from. He just started doing it.
It makes me think of the Cat in the Hat every time. I don't think that's what the Cat in the Hat sounds like, but that's what it sounds like in my head.
No, but it reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Poop comes out the butt.
You eat green eggs and ham with that voice.
Yeah.
That might have been. I think that was actually. I think poop comes out the butt was episode 4 because pizza was episode 3.
Yeah, that may have been.
Because
that
I remember
timeline.
episode 4 was like the
Yeah, write
worst
that down.
day ever for me randomly. I was dealing with a lot
Well,
of
no,
personal things,
I
and
remember,
it was poop comes out the butt really
Yeah.
helped.
Well, I remember
and Reese's
episode 3 was such a chaotic lunch because it was the episode where me and Gio were both sick.
Yeah.
And so we took like
Oh yeah.
for some fuck it's the best Dayquil has ever worked for me because like I took a Dayquil right when I showed up to the studio and like I gave one to Gio as well and like not sponsored by Dayquil of course. But I swear to God, like it was like we both had so much. I've had more energy than I ever have in my like everyday life, and it was like not helpful for 90% of the show.
It was awesome.
I was like, oh my God, I'm like, so it was like.
Because poop comes out the butt.
Plumsicle says the voice is giving Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, that is it.
Poop comes out the butt.
That's what's
Poop
up.
comes out the butt. And it's super hot and it burns through the toilet bowl. Poop comes out the butt.
Wow.
Yeah. And it
It's
comes
hurt
out
real
all
bad.
the holes.
I always like it hurts real bad.
And it's really hot
very
and it hurts really bad. And it's also red. Poop comes out the butt. It's
Yeah.
great.
It's a good song.
It was
Teach it
funny
your
needing
kids.
to like my experience with this is like tune it out so hard that I can like be as on task as I need to be because I have like a million.
That was the entire
Yeah,
episode 5.
you had
It was
it
like,
too,
it was like
yeah.
just that.
Yeah.
It was really funny because of how I think it got to this like episode 5 I think where it all culminates of like we were all just kind of fucking around between like every take and then episode 5 was already going to be a difficult episode to film.
It was insane.
because
We had
so many
6
people.
guest stars.
And so, and somehow we like got nuclear with like our like inability to just like lock the fuck back in.
Yeah.
And it was then so funny because episode 6 we had an actual like real time crunch because like Gio actually had to leave at a certain time and it was so funny how quickly we got through most of episode 6.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It was like quite literally we were pretty much entirely done with it within like 3 hours and we were all like, well, what the fuck?
Well,
How does
we
that
walk in,
what
it
the
goes
fuck?
really
Wait,
fast.
whoa,
Yeah,
wait, what?
we
We're
shot
like
episode
done.
5 over like 4 months.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Episode 5 became the episode of like, well, I think we're just gonna this is our Sisyphus-y and
Yeah.
we're gonna be eternally making episode 5.
Poop comes out the butt. Yes, it does.
Great. Well, I think I don't think we have any more comments or questions, and some folks are heading out from the stream. So I think it's a good time to maybe make a little announcement to our members. Do you want to take it away, George? Do you know, or do you want me to? I can do it.
You need to do it.
Okay, perfect.
I got it.
There's two.
Nope.
Okay.
So for those who are our members, and if you're not, this might be a great time and opportunity to become a member. We have an exclusive scene that was meant for episode 5, but was cut due to time, that we are releasing as a deleted episode for members only. It was canonically takes place after the events of episode 5, but before the episode 6 starts. So it's that night. It's a very good scene, it's very dramatic, and I think almost it's a little bit more kind of heavy hitting as like a flashback scene, seeing it post 6.
We talked about even maybe putting it in 6.
Yeah, but it never really fit in 6. So it's like I think a really good standalone piece. I won't spoil the performers in it, but they're really fantastic in it. It's terrible data. I have no. I'm sorry. So it'll be up forever. So don't fear if you can't be a member now. So
We'll
make a
always
little
be
bit-
there.
It'll always be there. So we'll make an announcement about it. It will be released after this stream. So yeah, thank you to our members. Claps to you guys. It's going to be super awesome. I think you guys will really like it. And that is all we got for today. I think we'll wrap it up. So say your goodbyes, everybody. I'm going to go shut it off.
So long. Goodbye.